laundry on Saturdays, making sure my books in my bags, and to sleep I go. I will be great because I have the opportunity to be greatness. The only thing, God promised us all greatness, and the only thing stopping us from our greatness is ourselves. Who's to say just because we're not on top today, we will never be on top? I mean, truly on top. Your state of mind and your body are filled with joy. And our God blessed us with everything we prayed upon, had faith in, and believed in with everything in us. We have accomplished all our goals, and that itself is a great accomplishment. And life is greater than all else, filled with laughter and happiness. I have faith that everything will get better, and before you know it, I felt as though I could breathe again. I wasn't so mad and sad all the time. I tried to do nothing but absolute good, but when I didn't, I asked for my sins to be forgiven. So how will we prepare to do anything without God? With our Father, everything will be great, and He will carry you through the storm and still be there when our greatness starts to shine. We cannot stop life from happening to us, so we must learn to deal with these temporary hard times. We must believe with God's grace, we will overcome anything. God has something in store for each one of us that we have yet to receive. So it's okay if somewhere along the line, we may have dropped dreams. You may have been struggling or going through some things, struggle with bills, job tearing your body down, and significant other and kids are just driving you crazy. Don't forget to pick your dreams back up. Put them on your back and you will want nothing more to stand up. And that itself is a great achievement. We will now have the ability to stand stronger than ever before, and our goals will be met. And we will be able to show those who wasn't able to see it in us. Look at it now. We may run into those who don't see what we see, or they don't see your dreams like you see them, but it isn't their place to. It isn't their dream. You have to see it in yourself when no one does. Our dream is ours to conquer. Our life is ours to live and to make it graceful. For we are kings and queens awaiting to rule the world once again. Amen. We must believe it to see it. Our imagination and our motivations are everything. What if we combined the two? What if we were strongly motivated to make our imagination a reality? If we believe we are great, we are great. If we believe we are strong, we are strong. If we believe we will own our own business, we will own our own business. If we believe we are rich, we are rich. We have to learn to stop overthinking simple situations as if it's the end of the world and learn that they are just obstacles we must overcome. Yes. And when life gets shaky, just know we have to show that we are strong and led by a leader. We have to know that we are everything within ourselves. We are children of God, and with that, strive everything you have dreamed of are possible. Strive for your greatness, for that we owe it to ourselves, to make up for all the hard times, for all the times you felt like giving up or dropping the ball, for all the times we had to get it out the mud because we already hit rock bottom. And fight and pray for your greatness like it's your last chance to. We have to give it all we got, and it takes true courage to start over again. And it takes true strength to get back up after we fall. Amen. Amen.
Can I stand back here? See me? Tilt it up a little bit. I think everybody already seen me. It's so close and personal. Jesus. Jesus. Like, okay. My name is Q. Or my name is Quantel. Everybody knows me as Q. I feel like y'all see like everything in my face right now. I'm not grown up. She said I was grown up, but she's more grown up than me. I'm a big old kid. When I was asked to do this, I hesitated a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it. I was like, "You want me to do what? When? Like on Sunday now? That's when I sleep now. I rest. I haven't been hanging in a minute. I'm like, man. But then before I can even hesitate in saying no, I said yes even faster. And I didn't understand that why. I really didn't. And got off the phone with the Reverend. I'm like, oh crap. What am I supposed to do? And sat there. My mom had just walked in the door, and I was like, "Hey, Mom, just talk to the Reverend." So she said, "Don't worry about anything else." I guess she was bugging. My mom was bugging the Reverend, or someone was bugging somebody. And I told her that I just talked to the Reverend, and I'm be speaking. And I was like, "I'm be speaking about." And I asked the Reverend, in my head, "What does she want me to talk about?" And she said, "The 12 principles and how we use them." And I was like, "How we use them? How do we use them? Do I use them?" So then I'm like, the whole time I'm trying to just think in my head, do I use them? How I use them? And forgive me if I talk off script, on script, but can you really talk off script if you're meant to hear it? Is there really anything that you can go off course of if God meant you to go that way, nonetheless? Amen. So in my head, I'm like, man, haven't used any principles lately. I'm thinking so hard, like, oh man, what are the 12? What are they? And I go to work, and this guy, I always say hi to him, speak to him and everything. But this time he stopped, and he's always driving this tow motor. He stopped and he asked me, "You go to church, don't you?" And I'm in my head, I'm like, yes and no. And I think that was like the weirdest question to ask me at this time. Many times we've seen each other. He asked me, "Hey, you go to church, don't you?" Yeah, haven't been lately, but I go, And then I had to ask, "What made you ask him?" Like, and he goes, "Your presence, the way you carry yourself and you act around here." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah," because everybody knows me around there smiling, not being down. I was like, "There's no point in being down. Work is work. We get called like overtime all the time. I want to go home, but work is work. I do it." And he's like, "Yeah, your presence and the way you carry yourself around here, I can just tell." And I started thinking to myself, if it was a woman, would she tell me, "You were raised really well"? I was like, "Yeah, I was raised really well. Mother, church. It takes a village to raise a kid. Got a lot of kids out here, so this is a big village, for real. But in my head, I just couldn't get over it. Like, out of all things, he asked me, did I go to church after I had just got done talking to the Reverend? Yeah, so I'm like, I go to church. Yeah, the principles is working. So then I start like, I do use the principles. I'm getting the point. I'm balling out here. Like, yay, not even knowing. And then so I started thinking about, so what principles do I use? And how have I been using them? I think it just becomes so second nature to me. I don't even really think about using them or stepping out to make sure I do it. I know when I was a kid, I was like, okay, let me make sure I'm doing this one. Did I hit it this month? Did I hit it that month? But now it's just, I'm just doing it and not even knowing and exerting that power and that strength out there. And it's just having time to realize. So like, I pray. Mm-hmm. Now I'll pray every day because I don't want to say I forget because that sounds so bad, but I'll pray. And like at the weirdest moments, it's hit me like, oh man, I pray. And then like it's like now I was working again and people had it's like I'm prayed up. So if anything going on today, it's like I'm prayed up. So anything happen, I'm good. And I thought to myself, am I prayed up? what does it mean to be prayed up? I was like, so that's why and at that moment, I was like, let me stop right now and pray. Make sure I'm prayed up. And then later on the other day, I started thinking like, what does it mean to be prayed up? Do you have to live by a certain law and rule? Do you have to pray at a certain time? Do you have to get on your knees and do the things? No. God speaks to you how he speaks to you. He tells you how he tells you, and you do how you do. And I felt like, okay, so then I'm also prayed up there too. I mean, I didn't pray like how y'all prayed, or maybe pray at the time that y'all prayed, or do maybe even, I try to do it consecutively in each day and every day, because I'm thankful for every day I'm waking up. And that I make it home, and that I get to see my loved ones and friends. So I pray for that. And in my head, I'm like, man. And when I pray, I start realizing that I'm still using more principles. And I'm also living by the divine law of prosperity. Y'all remember this book? I got this book like highlighted out the butt, and I started incorporating some of those laws and those praise in there in my everyday pray, and sometimes it just sticks with me. And then one of my favorite ones in there, it talks about when you wishing for everybody's good. Yes. And when I was young, I used to be like, when you're young, you get mad at things, and then you wish certain things upon people, and you just angry, and you're holding so much anger in. But reading this book, you realize that I'm stopping myself from greatness by holding on to so much power and anger, and giving someone so much power and anger that's probably going on about their day, enjoying the day, and I'm sitting here letting that make me mad. So now when I pray, I make sure when I pray that my loved ones, friends, and everyone that I know and don't know, past friends, to be friends, and now friends and family and friends, that they're all well and good. I wish no one, no anger, no hostility, nothing. Because I want everybody to get their deserved blessings. Yes. At all times. You don't know what's going on in their lives. They could have made you angry, not even know it. And yet you holding on to something so meaningless, so it's powerless, but powerful. Because it's taking you out your core. It's stopping your blessings. And you don't want to miss out on that, for real. Amen. And then I throughout this whole week, I just been asking myself, how have I been using the 12 principles? What are the 12 principles? What are they? And I've been running, getting it. Okay, this one is strength. We on strength this month. Got the green on, I'm set, prayed up. Nah. But I just been moving and going. And then I thought to myself, a while back, I've been paying on school bills and stuff, and a while back, I had did the calculations for it. And if I kept going this route, I was gonna get it paid by this time. And in my head, I'm like, back then I was like, oh my God, I wanna pay this off before I'm 30, before my birthday. And I'm not gonna lie, I messed up. I thought small. I'm in my head, I'm like, if I go this route, I'm gonna pay this off, and I'll be 30 in a little bit. I'll be 30 by then, and then starting to pay a little bit more, but I'll be done with it. In my head, I'm like, dear God, please let me get this stuff down. I want to pay this before I'm 30, before my birthday, this, that, and the third. I want to get over with. And in that instant, I was good. I'm praying. I'm like, gotta find a way to get this stuff done. And now I paid that bill off. I paid it off. But I say I thought small because even though I got it before my birthday's July 6th, by the way, guys, But I paid it off before my birthday and before I turned 30. But then I realized I'll use another principle. Then I also realized I didn't use it to the full extent of its ability. Why did I just ask to have that one paid off at that certain time? before this certain time. I'm glad I got it done, but if I could have went extensively and more detailed and more bigger aspirations, I still got my biggest aspiration is to own my own daycare. That's my biggest one. I pray about that. I ask the Lord to give me the strength and knowledge and everything that is needed for me to achieve what I need to achieve and become greater than what I know I can be. Because I know He has a plan and destiny for me that even I don't see. Waiting on the Lord. Just lay it on me. But obviously I'm not ready yet. I don't know why. Like I'll figure out. But nonetheless, I keep going forward. I keep moving. I was happy that I paid off this bill, the school bill, before I hit 30, before it hit my birthday. And I'm no longer dealing with it. Then I was like, yeah, I'm using the principles again. I'm hitting the mark. I'm prayed up. I got it. Then I, in my head, I could have went higher, went for more, asked for more. Whether you get it or not, you gotta ask. You don't know until you ask. My favorite question was, you never know until you ask. The worst thing I could tell you is no. And no, the only stupid question is the question unasked. Now I'm like, okay, I got it. I need to start asking more. I need to start thinking bigger, keep going. I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna be greedy a little bit. But sometimes I think about like, am I being too greedy? And am I asking for the right things? But at the same time, God already knows what you're gonna ask before you ask it. He gonna know what you're gonna do before you do it. He's putting you through these trials and tribulations for you to go through to build you a better person. So it may not look like how you wanted to look, but it's happening for you. And it's going for you. And I've been reading it's hot, it's really blind, but it's the 12 Powers of Man. And I grabbed hold of that and turned to my mom. I was like, Ma, help me. What you got for me? I got my book. What book you got? So then I grabbed her book and just going through the stuff and reading the things. And certain things spoke out to me. Like here's one. We are all kings of Christ, but with Him, we must realize that my kingdom is not of this world. Our domain is over our thoughts, emotions, and passions. I'm like, man, what? That speaks to me so much because I'm constantly thinking, wrecking my brain, and I'm trying to figure out ways to do this, do that. And sometimes you need to be still. Yeah. And just let God talk to me, listen to that voice. Sometimes it gets drowned out because of all the things that's going on in life between work, and more work. But whatever's going on in your life, it's just sometimes it helps to be still and hear that voice. Because thought is the most powerful sword. And I realize that more and more each day, saying certain things. And I always try to be careful what I say, because when I say something out loud, I'm like, oh, it's out there. It's out there now. You got to be careful how you say it, how you speak it, how you think it, how you go about doing it. It's already there for you. You just got to activate it. And I'm trying to activate it the best way I can. It's through the powers of law. So, whether I'm using them the right way, I hope I am. Using them every day, I believe I am. So therefore, I am. And on that note, I probably went over my time, but thank y'all. I'm not a adult.
I'm struggling, but I'm still working on it.
That was really good. Okay, so love is the answer. My name is Maisha Wilson-Hedden. I am the daughter of Tom Wilson and the Reverend Dorothy Wilson. I am the niece of Myrtle, Ike, and Sam Penroe. I am the in-law of Sharon Penroe, and I am the cousin of Mark Ridgel, Ashley, and Victor Penroe. I began at Living Truth Center when I was just an unruly 15-year-old girl. I have been here since the inception of this church 33 years ago. This place, these members, this doctrine have been an unshakable constant of love in my life. Like Q, who came before me, just said, this is a big village for real, for real. This is the gift and the God that this church has given to me over 33 years. This church and its people are the underpinning of my greatness. And what is my greatness? Here's my greatness. I make some money, I do some good, and I keep a family. And anybody who's lived long enough knows that ain't nothing easy about any of those three things. It is a simple greatness that requires God's grace and a miracle every single week. Just like the song that we sing here at Living Truth Center goes, grateful, 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 gratefulness is coming from my heart. I have been witness to Christ dividing the fishes and the loaves, curing an issue of blood, casting out demons, and setting the captives free. I have seen him do it more times than I can count. And whenever I felt like falling into despair and giving up, it's this church and its people who have been here to love me through it. We read Ernest Holmes, Emily Cady, and the Fillmores. We praise the legacy of Johnny Coleman. Again, just like Q said, we read our Catherine Punders and we learn about the principles of prosperity. But the gift that God in Living Truth Center gave to me was its love. Your hugs, your recognition, the encouragement, the acknowledgement of my growth. As we say, the God in me recognizes the God in you. Your love sustained me, and I believe that it's this love that sustains the church. Amen. Amen. Love is the answer. Let me call the names of our ministers. Ann Jefferson, Lucy Burking, May Tompkins, Maurice Bowens, Alice Brown, Dorothy Wilson. No matter what any of these ministers had going on, and we all know there's a lot going on, they always had the time and took the time to minister to me personally. They took the time to love me. They took the time to carve out, to support me, and to reiterate to me the principles, because no matter how many times you read Lessons in Truth, sometimes you just need somebody to say it to you again. By the way, God is everywhere equally present. Know it. And equally important, all of you who've been members of the church, you've been here to reinforce the love that the ministers gave to me and to repeat the principles to me. And we all know that often greatness is being unbent, unbroken, and unbowed, or as Christ would say, standing. Love is the answer. John 13:34, a new command I give to you, love one another. As I have loved you, you must love one another. Thank you.
Yes.
it's just me, but I want all three of you to stand up again. My lovely, beautiful daughter, Maisha. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. And Zoom, haven't we been fed today? Haven't we been fed today? I think one of the greatest blessings that we can have and celebrate in Living Truth Center as we're moving forward is to continue to look at how God is growing us. And when we look at the children, this gives us a picture. This gives us the picture. So throughout this month of March, we're celebrating Living Truth Center. And thank you so much, Maisha, for identifying the leaders, the senior ministers. We're so grateful. And in this gratitude, we are ready to go to the part in our service, which is offering. Tithes and offering. Know that you can look on the screen for the Zoom and you can make your contribution via the screen. Because we know that God always makes a way and always provides a way for us to continue the process of whatever good that God has started through us. God enables us to continue it. So I want to thank all of you who are joining us by way of Zoom. I thank you for all of your support. I thank you, as my daughter mentioned, about love. And she was saying that because that's the title for the entire year. We're saying that over and over the answer that we're going to ask you in Zoom land, wherever you are, to take your tithes and your love offering in your hand. And we like to think that if we take it in the left hand, it represents the hand of man. But that right hand on top, the left hand, represents the hand of God. And as we recognize the hand of God, we recognize that God is a source. God is the source of our supply. We acknowledge God, just looking all around and seeing God's abundance with the right hand on the left. And then we move from the acknowledgement to identification. God is prosperity. God is my supply. Yes, yes, yes. I am prospered. I'm a prosperous child of a God. Oh, yes, I am. I come from God. I come from prosperity, and I am prosperity. And God asked me to recognize it and to affirm it, so I affirm. I don't look at the effect to decide, but I look to God the cause and say, I'm prosperous. I'm prosperous right now. Right now. I'm not looking at any effect that may appear in my pocketbook or even in my bank account. I'm looking over and beyond to see the truth.